At the edge of the Pacific Ocean, there's a jagged black coastline on the island of Hawaii, and it's gonna be where I survive alone for the next 3 days. I started this adventure with grand ideas of catching fish and foraging all the coconuts, but as soon as I got to location, the weather had other plans. Suddenly, my primary food source was inhospitable, and even the wind was 35 miles per hour, leaving me not just dehydrated and hungry, but questioning why I came out here in the first place. It led me to take one of the biggest risks I've taken to date on a survival trip. When a big surprise taught me the true meaning of survival, I honestly almost quit. But thanks to one simple survival mindset, my body, mind, and spirit pulled through with flying colors. And believe it or not, this survival mindset can help you in modern life too. This is what real survival looks like.
In case you missed it, my name is Sarah. I'm a speaker and survivalist. You may have seen me on Naked and Afraid twice. And my main tool is this tiny Swiss Army knife. What could possibly go wrong?
This survival scenario was executed by a trained professional with years of experience. Don't be that person who watches one YouTube video and thinks they're Bear Grylls. Trust me, your cat does not want to see you wrestle a wild squirrel in your backyard then get rabies. Save yourself from ending up in a YouTube fail compilation and just subscribe to this channel instead. Enjoy!
This is not the weather I was hoping for to start 72 hours of survival.
The priorities in survival are always the same: shelter, water, fire, food.
I gotta cross this to get to a better spot, but I'm gonna get soaked.
Which means as soon as I arrive, I'm scouting for a location. One that can keep me safe from the elements, out of the wind, ideally has some natural rain cover, and isn't in an area infested by bugs or, here in Hawaii, mongoose.
Oh my God!
Right now, the adversity of the weather just makes this feel like more of a fun adventure.
Alright, I gotta get out of this wind! Right now I'm scoping the area, trying to get out of this wind because this is just not a good place to be right now. It's not safe.
As I survey Zone 2, which is in reference to the 3 zones of survival I'll tell you about later, I'm looking for resources and threats, any opportunities, or things that could be good shelter places. But when I see this red truck parked on the beach, I'm not really sure what to make of it. But with the wind getting at me, my camera gear to take care of, and even more urgency of finding a proper shelter for the night, I don't have much time to think about it. So I spend the next hour or so looking for anything that could be a good natural shelter. My original plan was to build an A-frame or a simple lean-to, but there's just no way I'm going to be able to do that in this weather.
To be totally honest with you, this sucks to film. It's super windy, my gear keeps falling. I got stuff in here that I can't use any of it. It's all camera gear, there's no food or water, so I'm just like...
Even filming a simple walking shot like this ended up being an incredibly tedious task because of things like this. Thanks, wind.
It just doesn't stop. Like listen to the wind when I come up. Okay, well now it's not that bad. So I'm just gonna find a spot in some trees and call it good, make myself a little mattress, and hope for better weather tomorrow. When the tide goes down, I'll look for some food.
Survival always teaches me that it's never our plans that matter, it's our ability to adapt, to think creatively, to lower our standards, and find something beautiful, hopefully, in the process. Something as simple as a tree can be a miracle when you're out exposed in the elements. As I enjoy this win in Zone 1, I forget about what's in Zone 2, the bad weather and that red truck.
Okay, down here, I'm a bit more out of the wind, and there's actually there's a lot of there's a lot of debris, which adds a little bit of bedding for me. So I think I'm just gonna see, I only have this tiny knife, so I'm just gonna wrap myself up in this tonight. And this is a pretty good shelter. I mean, look, pretty covered from any rain that might come. I'm out of the way of the wind. I'm far enough from the water. Ooh. Far enough from the water over there. So this is gonna be camp tonight. Not my favorite, but it'll do.
With this shelter location secured, a little bit of water in my bag, the next thing I can move on to, since I'm not doing fire, is food. In survival, it's always shelter, water, fire, food. This is an edible plant called a kuli, or in Latin, Sisuvium portuscuscum, whatever you call it.
Salty.
I'm 80% sure this plant is edible, which is fine, right?
Besides, this is perfectly safe.
No, it's not. Eating the wrong plant you're not 100% sure of can literally kill you, which is, obviously I'm not dying here, but if you don't know how to identify whether or not a plant is edible or toxic, you need to watch this video here.
It's so tempting to just sleep on this black sand tonight because it's so warm. I'm gonna go inland a bit after a little nap or something and just throw some plant debris down, and that'll do me for tonight. No fire because it's too windy. It's gonna eat through my wood, and weather looks fine. Oh, so I'm just gonna knock out here for a bit. I'm feeling really tired already. And a little dehydrated. You can tell my lips are getting chapped, which is one of the early signs of dehydration.
It's the afternoon of day 1, and I've already made a big mistake. I let zone 1 of my 3 zones of survival fall apart. Zone 1 is you, it's your mind, your body, and the choices you make. And because I was so distracted by the wind, I didn't realize I was drinking all my water, laying out in the sun, causing myself even more fatigue.
I'm feeling pretty wiped out. So what gets people in survival is very rarely starvation. It's usually exposure. And like, this is a great example of I'm just here. So I gotta figure something out tomorrow because I'm just super wiped out. And this is also my first time filming like a full-on survival trip, and so kind of just pretty rough start, to be honest. I thought I'd be doing a lot more today, but I have a pretty bad headache, running out of water, it's super windy, so the smartest thing for me to do is just take it easy today and go harder tomorrow and hope the weather is a little better.
But hope doesn't get you anywhere. Action does. So I had to fix my mindset, get off my butt, and start getting to work building my bed. The priority is to get off the ground.
As simple and plain as it looks, this built up actually creates an incredible cushion. It'll get me off the ground and keep me away from bugs. It'll insulate me and keep me away from the cold suck of being directly on the ground. So I'm gonna grab quite a few more bundles of these. And I have to pull them from away because I also don't want to ruin my roof and my walls protecting me from the wind. But I take these and then I kind of weave them into each other to create this like beautiful spring mattress.
If you want to see the full shelter video, watch this video here.
And honestly, I really didn't want to get up. I was feeling like shit, but this is making me feel a lot better. And yeah, sometimes you just need a little momentum, and once you do that small gesture of self-care, you get a little rhythm, you get a little flow, you start to make a bed, and you start to feel good. So I am just feeling so happy with this bed. I mean, look at it. This is why I love primitive survival. If you're not doing self-care, you're not doing it right. Everything in survival is self-care. It's not actually about being Rambo. It's about being this chill granny in the garden with like a nice bed and cookies, metaphorically, because I don't have any. But yeah, the weather still sucks though. According to my hand clock, I have less than an hour till that sun sets. So I'm just gonna do one quick walk of the coast. I'm gonna leave my gear here with the bed and get back. Ooh, something just crawled on me before sunset. Honestly, the only purpose of this walk right now is to come back to a sense of enjoyment because today was rough and it's beautiful right now, so let's go see. Good thing I was going swimming anyway. Actually just came to pee, so that's just another example of nature always having surprises. And I mean, now I'm cold for the night, so I gotta deal with this and not get cold all night. But like, that is great news. I am gonna find this freshwater source tomorrow.
Thanks to my dehydration, I fall asleep quickly and sleep sound, with the exception of 1 or 2 mongoose. I forget about the wind, the red truck, and start a new day.
Still pretty windy. Morning, day 2. Beautiful sunset though. I meant sunrise. It's still early. I don't have coffee. Oh my gosh, that actually looked like really good in this light. Thank you, tinted sunscreen and sunrise light. The order of business today is food. I'm gonna make a little hand line there. I thought it would be comical just to bring this. It's pretty stupid actually in retrospect, but it'll be entertaining for you, so that's nice. I'm gonna make a little hand line, try and get some fish. I will be using PPE as bait, and yeah, actually I kind of want to get going. I don't want to talk about this. I have limited time till the sun is up properly.
I kind of forgot about this red truck, but I gave it an inspection yesterday and didn't really see anything. I think it's abandoned, so it's fine.
You know what I just realized is that this looks cool for YouTube, but it's a waste of time. I'm just gonna use this because that's practical and survival is practical, so sorry.
With this new day, there's new opportunity, hope, excitement, and fishing always makes me feel connected to my ancestors. I'm half Japanese, and my family immigrated from a fishing city in Japan generations ago. When I'm out here on the rocks, I feel like I'm with them and the island roots I grew up with. Even when I kind of mess up my cast, but it's okay. Then just as soon as I start to enjoy myself, this happens.
Not working. Okay, so this feels stupid because the sun's up a bit too much. I did catch one thing, and it was a rock. I can't get close enough to the reef here. So where all that whitewash is on a calm day, that's where I would be fishing because that's where the fish are. But here, it's essentially just a tide pool at high tide, so there's not a lot going on. There is one thing though that I did find to eat over there while failing at fishing. Come check it out. Good news is I got some opihi, but the tide's coming in and that's a treacherous place to be. I did find one other thing that's gonna be awesome. Check it out. I found this on the beach, so I'm putting my opihi in it. I'm gonna keep them here to stay fresh under a rock. These guys are gonna be great bait. They're easy picking when the tide is low, and I can actually eat this. I don't have it, usually you get it out with a spoon. You can eat it cooked or raw. Let me try and show you. So I'm just gonna get it out with my thumb like that. And then, see all that brown stuff? That's actually its poop. But these guys eat seaweed, so their poop tastes really good. Here we go. It's honestly delicious. That's good. I'm gonna have one more. So, at the very least, this is a awesome food source. It's essentially foraging. It is, oh, what's that? She's got a little pink thing came out. I'm just gonna rinse that just to be safe. Ugh. Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's a, I don't know. Okay. I think in English you call these limpets. I don't know, but I'm gonna eat it. Whatever you call it, I'm eating it. It's really good.
With the calorie and morale boost in Zone 1, my physical body and mind, I now have the energy to go explore Zone 2 and hopefully find some fresh water, because I am officially out.
This is it. That's the last drop. Ugh. All right, let's go. You can actually smell the difference here. I feel like this isn't far enough. I want to get to that source up there, but let's just see. Honestly, I want to taste it, but it kind of smells like ass. So I'm gonna bushwhack a little, try and get to that source. This is absolutely wild pig territory. I can just see like little trails, little burrows, which is I don't want to be around because I'm not equipped to deal with that right now. They have really sharp tusks. But it is a good sign because that means this is probably fresh water, and I'm gonna find out. I cannot tell you how rank this water is.
The grumbles and clumsiness you're seeing are one of the clear signs of dehydration. We call it the umbles. Fumble, mumble, grumble, tumble.
Beautiful scenery, nasty water.
A lot of people think boiling water is easy, and while it is pretty straightforward, it's also pretty time consuming. You want your water to boil for at least 1 rolling minute, and then you need to wait for it to cool. But when you add in the time it makes to get the water to a boil, then for that water to cool enough for you to drink it, you're looking at least 30 minutes, which at this time of day feels very long. I actually couldn't drink this water. It was bad. And if you want to see how I finally found the right freshwater spring, watch this video.
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to go take a stupid video and I knocked the water over. Oh, I spilled all of it, but this much. Oh my God.
So sorry, I forgot to thank today's sponsor, which is not this sunscreen, but you. When you hit subscribe, it really helps my channel grow and it means so much to me. So thanks for watching and hit the button. It's peak heat on day 2. Zone 1, my mind, my body are totally defeated. Zone 2 is bringing strong waves, relentless sun, and these very small, minuscule resources. And it's times like these I have to tap into Zone 3, the great beyond. That could be weather on the horizon, but it could also be a sense of something greater than myself. A sense that if I keep working and keep showing up with the right attitude, maybe things will all work out.
Oh my God. 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 Dude, I can't believe I think if this is what I think it is, holy. All right, that's either a crazy stick or it's an eel. I gotta admit, I'm like a little, I'm gonna go for it. I gotta move this rock. This is not the cleanest kill I would go for, but I'm gonna try and pin it down and just cut it or hit it in the back of the head really hard. I don't want this guy to suffer, but I do want to eat. Ooh, my adrenaline's pumping.
In this moment, I knew this eel was capable of literally biting off my fingers. But what I didn't know is it was going to show me what real survival looks like and why that red truck was there. But first, I had to get dinner. I truly believe all of us are connected and that nature is one of the best teachers for that. So every time I hunt, I say the same prayer as a word of thanks in the circle of life.
May the life in you find the light in me. I don't want to hurt you. Please die quickly. Okay, I just want to make sure this guy's dead. Okay, oh my god. Whew.
There's nothing like death to remind you how precious our life is. The highs and lows of survival, for me, are an exercise in mindfulness, awareness, and gratitude. In any moment, our circumstances could change for better or worse.
Well, I guess I don't need a fish today.
And despite how far removed we are from this cycle of suffering and reward in modern life, it's no different whether you're working the 9 to 5 or out here in the wilderness.
All right, dude, look at all this meat. I mean, I am gonna be eating dinner, brunch, lunch, breakfast. Tide is coming in,
I begin walking back towards that red truck because I know that's the best foraging spot. And as I'm wrapping up my eel, getting ready to cut it up for bait, everything changes. It's the afternoon of day 2. I hiked up the hill to get back to my car because I'm not sure I can do this. A guy came up to me and scared the shit out of me. So yesterday I'd seen this like red truck, and it's an abandoned vehicle. It's in the channel, like its tires are flat. Kind of checked it out, didn't seem like anyone's there. But today this guy came up to me. He asked me if I had any bait, and I just said just eel. So I gave him some of the eel that I caught that I was gonna eat. We chatted a bit. I was a bit guarded. He ended up being a pretty friendly guy, and he told me he lives here. He lives down by the coconut tree, and I said, which one? Super Hawaii thing. I live by the coconut tree. Which coconut tree, man? And what I deduced is that he lives in that red truck that I saw. And it really didn't look like anyone lived there. But that's the coconut tree he was talking about, which means he doesn't have a lot. And he's out here fishing because he actually is surviving. And I'm out here surviving for fun. And I got to go do Naked and Afraid for fun. And I always come out here because it feels important to connect with nature and with something bigger than myself. And today I was met with something bigger than myself that I didn't expect. And I feel so grateful that I can hike up to my car to get my emergency food. So I'm leaving tomorrow, and this guy doesn't know when he's leaving. I want to have my adventure. I want to eat my eel, but I'm going to give most of it to Dustin, and I'll use a little bit for bait so that I can get myself more fish. But it's in this moment the 3 zones of survival have an entirely new meaning to me. I truly believe modern problems are best solved by primitive solutions, and one of the most primitive solutions of all is simply to give. Today, the 3 zones of survival taught me not only how to take care of myself in the wild and through everyday bullshit, but how to help take care of others and be a positive force in the world. And you can use it for the same reason, which is why I'm giving this tool to you in the description below. Because it's not always easy to know what's in your control, what's a resource, what's a threat, and I promise this tool is going to help you do that. It's for whoever needs it. Whether you're just trying to take care of yourself or be a force for good in the world, you need this tool. We all do. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of being able to survive if you can't share it with other people? What's the point of getting by if you can't give something back to the people and places that give something to you?